Your artist of the week is Mary Cassatt. She was born in 1844 and she died in 1926. So pay attention to those dates. She was a painter, woman artist. She was an American artist. She created drawings and paintings in the style of Impressionism, and they were often scenes of the social and private lives of women and their home life. And so she was able to create paintings of women. Again, look at the time period, 1844 to 1926. And this particular painting, titled Tea, painted in 1880. And so there's two women here enjoying tea. She was able to get access to the homes of women because she was a woman. During this time period, men could not just enter a random woman's house and just paint the scenery and what they saw. That would be considered very improper. She was originally from Pennsylvania, and at some point in her life, she took a trip to Europe and she enjoyed being there. And she decided to remain in Paris, France, where she traveled around Europe and painted various scenes of life. So here's another painting called The Boating Party, painted in 1893. Basically, this looks like very natural scenes from life. Nothing looks embellished here. That was her much later in life, so it looks like 1912 or 1917 possibly, so that's her much later. We have another painting here called The Child's Bath, so a woman giving a young child a bath, bathing her feet. So eventually a group of artists called the Impressionists, they were working in Paris and they actually enjoyed her paintings and they asked her to join their group. Now this was a group of mostly male artists. It was, just not common during this time period for a woman to be painting and to actually have shows, have her work be exhibited. And she really liked the style of Impressionism and she really adopted their style. What is Impressionism? It was a 19th century art movement where artists focused on the effects of light in paintings. They were focusing on scenes of ordinary life. So they weren't trying to make the life look ideal or more beautiful. They were painting what they saw, but they were really paying attention to the way light affects what we see. So this painting here is called The Girl with a Pearl Necklace in a Loge. So there's a mirror behind her, so we can see what she's looking at, which is a very interesting view. But this is a very typical style of Impressionism. Lots of small little brush strokes. So this is a painting, oil paint. You can see how the lighting, you get different lighting effects. See the people in the background, they're not super in focus, but she does look very natural. She looks very calm. And so what made Mary Cassatt unusual was that there were few women artists during this time period who had achieved a level of fame. Again, this is like the late 1880s, early 1900s. It's not that women were working as artists. It was there, but it just wasn't a common job. Most women during that time period were being raised to become wives and mothers. That's really what their role was. And the thing is, most people wouldn't take a woman artist seriously. That's just the thing. They wouldn't take their art seriously. Again, why was she painting mostly women? Or women and their children and their husbands? Because she had access to their homes. Again, it would be very difficult for a man to just enter a woman's house and then do a painting there. Her parents actually objected Cassatt's wish to study painting. They wanted her to just get married, have children. That was the expectation of women during that time. And she was an early advocate for equal rights of men and women. She didn't like being stereotyped as a woman artist. And later in life, her artwork focused more on the relationship between mother and child, because again, she had access to the home. She did continue painting towards the end of her life, so she painted for a long time, but she did eventually have to stop because she was becoming blind due to cataracts. So you do have access to this link. It's a short video, a little just a biography about Mary Cassatt, but you get to see more of her artwork and a little bit about her style. And here are the artworks for your critical thinking questions.